boy, I can't believe it's finally here and I get to finally talk about this awesome game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've been waiting for this game literally since they announced it a few years ago, and now that I have it in my hands playing it, I couldn't be happier. Now again, for context, I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan out there. In my whole lifetime, I've only ever played bits and pieces of the games like I think 6, 7, and 15, that's literally it. Once I heard about Rebirth coming out on the PS5, I knew that I had to lock down and play the other games in that adjacent area so I could get caught up with the story, so I played Final Fantasy VII Remake and I said already, it's a great game, I love it, even though it only focuses on the Midgar section of the game. It's fantastic, I love it, it's awesome. Then I went ahead and played Intermission or Integrated with Yuffie. That's cool too. It was a bit shorter, but you know, giving off Yuffie's vibe there was great and I loved it. And now I'm currently playing through Crisis Core to get more info on like Zack and Sephiroth. But now we're at Rebirth. We're at Rebirth right now, which is a game that honestly I was both very excited for and very skeptical for, because Remake laid a very good foundation, right? You know, with translating this turn-based game to a more action front, type thing, while still keeping the RPG elements, kind of like Kingdom Hearts in a way, is the best way I can describe it. And I was a bit worried because it was going for a more open vibe, giving us more of this giant world, giving us more characters, more gameplay opportunities. And I was really praying that, oh my god, Square, don't screw this up, because if you screw up this middle part, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. But now, I've been playing it, I'm about 20 hours into the game, and I can safely say this game is literally fantastic. It is exceeding all of my expectations. I know it's a big thing to say for only being 20 hours into the game, but I mean it when I say this game is literally fantastic in every way. And I just want to talk about my first impressions of the game without really going into that many spoileries. I mean, I don't really know how I can spoil it. I mean, besides, like, I haven't really played that much of the original FF7, so everything going on in the story is basically brand new to me, so I don't really know exactly what's going on. But from a gameplay perspective and characters and all that, I can talk about what I feel, what I like, and hopefully I can convince y'all who haven't been too keen on the remake trilogy so far to jump into it, because we have a third game after Rebirth, and I can only imagine how crazy that's gonna be. So yeah, let's talk about that. So I'm just gonna jump right into it and talk about gameplay first. Now, gameplay is the biggest detractor from these games because some people prefer the big turn-based thing. Some people prefer more, the carefree hack and slash. We can also use magic things with the submenu and that too. Me personally, I much prefer the more hack and slash Kingdom Hearts-esque gameplay. I don't know why, maybe because I have more control over the movements on how I can attack at certain angles, how I can dodge and use spells and, switch to my characters and all that. I kind of prefer that, even though I do like turn-based RPGs to an extent. This is still really fun in a really fun way. And you have all your characters back: Cloud, Aerith, Barret, Tifa, and of course Red 13, which was the big thing. And I'm gonna just say off the bat, everyone feels more dynamic and more fun to play with, because of course, you have all your usual moves and they all move the same way. Like Cloud has his Buster Sword, Tifa has her punches, and Aerith has her staff and all that. But they each have, new styles of movement that can, make you do super aerial attacks or do like combo attacks with the synergy moves that every character has. And like everything feels like you're hitting a lot more harder, but with like more effort, I guess. And I just love it. Like all the new like animations for attacks you can get are just so fun and cool. And of course, like that even leads to Red 13, one of the new playable characters. I love Red 13, honestly. Just the fact that he's like a dog wolf thing who uses all those attacks. I love this character. I love him. I mean, like I just can't explain it. I love this character. He's great to use all his attacks and like, using all his magic. I just can't really explain it. He's a really cool character and I really do like him a lot. Like all the characters feel great to play with. Red 13 specifically, mwah, perfection. I love that. It's so perfect. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with other gameplay as we get other characters, because I know we get other characters in the game. I'm currently at chapter 6, so I'm hoping we get other characters in the game. But so far with the 5 we have, ooh boy, are they really fun to play with, and I love them. Which like also leads into the visuals. This game is pretty, man. This game is really pretty. I'm playing this game, on my TV. It is my 1080p TV at 60 FPS, and it's gorgeous. Like the landscapes are literally phenomenal. It's crazy how we went from the PS1 flat texture type things to a full-on open world with all these vibrant plants and animals and environments, and my god, Square did a fantastic job with the visuals, and like it's just great. And like even though I've only discovered a few environments like with the grasslands and Junon, but like even in those areas, everything looks different in a way that's also like very cool. Like I said, the grasslands is very lush and vibrant. Then you go to a swamp, which is a bit more dead in style. Junon with a big rocky area, you can over cliffs to the ocean. Like this game, like I feel this is for a response to Midgar, because Midgar was very hallway-esque. Like you only had like little hallways to go through, and now they're like, all right, we're in the open world now. Let's give him like everything. Let's give him oceans and plains and everything. Let's make them be like, oh my god. And yeah, yeah, this game is literally pretty, and added to, like, you know, the battle effects and the cutscenes and all that, and just like, my god. The only thing, that way they can make it better is if the game went from night to day and day to night, like in a cycle like Xenoblade, but hey, you know, that's only a small nitpick, but overall, visuals, gorgeous, and my god, on the PS5, it looks freaking spectacular, which leads, like, also into the character interactions. Character interactions in this game are freaking amazing. Like, my god, I love these characters so much. How they talk to each other, how they interact with each other, how they fight with each other. Specifically, Aerith. Again, I think Aerith is my best girl. Don't ask me why. I just think she's just fantastic, and I love how she's, like, you know, she's friends with Tifa in a way. How she can kind of make, you know, Cloud go out of his shell a little bit, and like Barrett is really funny too with his whole thing, and even Cloud, which some people said, oh, Cloud's boring, and you know what? He's not the most crazy character, but when he's paired up with other characters like again, like Aerith and Barrett and all that, they make jokes to Adam. He's like, ha, hilarious. They're more like a deadpan kind of way, and it's very, very funny. And I'm really excited what we're gonna do with other characters when they show up, like Yuffie and Kate Sith and all that. So I just love these character interactions so much, and like even with like some side NPCs, they put so much charm and personality into these side NPCs. Like even if they're just for a little mission or a little line of dialogue, or even for a shop, they say small things that are like, oh my god, this is hilarious. Like one guy in the first city you go, he has the card stolen from him, and you have to get the card back. He's like, oh, I'm an asshole. Why did I get my card stolen? I'm like, my god, I didn't think they put this much effort into an NPC for a side mission, but my god, he's so funny and so crazy that like I want to go and talk to everyone in the city just to know what's going on. It's great. I love it. These interactions are fantastic, and I'm really hoping that near the end of the game with like, you know, villains and all that and other characters, how much it'll improve on it, because my god, so far, as we are 20 hours into the game at chapter 6 is great. I love it. Now, a lot of people might think that because this is a remake, they might not add any new things. It might just be split on, oh, it's the nicer update of the game, and that's it. But no, they add a lot more things in this game that I didn't think they would, and basically more quality of life changes that just make this game a lot more fun to play. First off, you know, you have, you know, your upgrades. Instead of, you know, casually going and upgrading every portion of your weapons, the game does it for you, but you can prioritize if you want, you know, attack, defense, or balance, and that's really cool too, kind of like, you know, one less thing you have to really worry about. The item transmutator thing where you can actually craft your own items. Sure, I mean, crafting items is kind of something I'm hit or miss on, but you know what? I like how you can just be in the middle of nowhere, not next to a shop, and you're like, oh, let me just grab my thing, like craft a few potions, and yeah, I'm good to go. And that's great. I love that. It's so freaking awesome. And then you got stuff like the folios as well, which like, folios, I guess, is like, it's a skill tree for all the characters, which you can unlock, you know, new abilities and new synergy attacks, and like, I'm sort of okay with that because the skill points you get, you can only really get if you level up and do certain tasks, which is fine. I get that. It's supposed to be like a newly important thing, but you know, the skills you get, like, I've only maybe done like maybe like the first row for all the characters, and even then I feel so overpowered. Like, my god, the amount of things I can do with Cloud and Red and like, oh my god, it can kind of be overwhelming at times, but you know what? I like having all these options. Like, there's this one move where your sword can become like, you know, thunder and fire, and you jump into the air, and literally you could stay in the air for like 5 minutes just doing your moves, and I'm like, my god, they really made Cloud kind of OP in this. This is kind of crazy, but I love it. You know, it's some of those moves I really do enjoy, and it's crazy. It's fun. And like, I almost forgot the chocobos too. Okay, chocobos. Everyone likes chocobos, right? The chicken horse things. I love these things. Even though they're only in a little part of the game, each area has their own specific chocobo that has their own specific thing. I've only counted 3 of them so far, 3 different breeds, but like, I love riding these little horse things. Like, some that can climb up walls, some can swim. They have these cute little chirps. They're different colors. You can customize them. I love chocobos. I can see the appeal now because they are so freaking awesome. Even the casual little, like, you know, little chocobo theme that plays while you're riding them. My god, that's just like, it's such a small thing that I really do enjoy, but like, I like them. I love the chocobos. I like how they add them into the game. I kind of understand why they wasn't in the first game, because, you know, Midgar is very, you know, small, but now that you're in the open world, grab your chocobo, grab your chicken horse thing, and go for a ride, and I'm totally down for that. I love it, and it's so freaking awesome. I love it so much. And of course, minigames. Now listen, minigames, whether you feel it, minigames is kind of hit and miss. I think they're okay. I mean, some of them, you know, are very simple. Some are very okay. Like when you're forced to play them, I'm not really a big fan. Like, I'll be real, Queen's Blood, not really that big over. Maybe it's because I don't really understand how it works altogether, but in general, not really the best fan. I mean, yeah, it's cool that they emphasize on like a new card game big thing, but like literally everyone in this world plays Queen's Blood. I'm like, bro, can I just go fight like this dude? Like, I don't really care. Honestly, if I'm being real, I preferred Fort Condor to this because I know Fort Condor is in this game, but like, damn, Queen's Blood not really the best thing, but hey, who knows, it might change as we get into the game. Then they got small things like riding a dolphin, or playing soccer with Red 13, or riding the freaking Segway wheelie around. Like, so many fun little things that construct in the gameplay that honestly, while some of them aren't the best, some of them that are fun are really cool, and I do like it, and it makes me wonder of what the other things are in the game, because there's a lot of minigames that are either good or bad, and it is cool, as long as there's Chocobo Racing, because I don't know if Chocobo Racing is in this game or not, but if it is, cool. If it's not, we'll wait and see, but my god. Point being, minigames, pretty cool. I very much do like the small inclusion to break up the gameplay in some little areas. So now basically, what am I expecting for the rest of the game? Because like I said, I'm at chapter 6 in the game, 20 hours in, and I have a long way to go. I'm hoping for some very interesting story revelations, because what if I understand this is technically a sequel or, a reboot of the game? I'm not really too sure. So I don't know how the story's going to play out in any ways, even though I only know like the one bit of story that's been all over the internet for the past 20 years. I know about that, but everything else I don't know. Are they going to change anything? I don't really know. Other characters going to show up? Who knows? I'm just hoping some very cool things. So the end of Remake with Sephiroth was very cool and very poignant, and especially like with intermissions, end credit scene, and then Remake's end credit scene, and the start of Rebirth with the cutscene with one character I won't name drop here. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with the rest of this game and how they're going to merge everything together, which, like, my god, my head's flowing with all these predictions, like, how are they going to get there? What are they going to do? How are they going to make this all come together? And makes me more hyped for the third game when that comes out in a few years, because my god, tying that all together will be super great. But literally, if this game, like, didn't like mark the landing that it has so far, it would have been super sad. But knowing that people love the game, they say that the ending in the game is a masterpiece, I'm so excited to see what comes out after this. I'm excited to see the rest of the game, and just overall, I'm having a blast. Honestly, as a guy who never really grew up with Final Fantasy in any really big instances, I love it. I love everything from the gameplay, visuals, music. It's so great and so fun to play with, and if you didn't really want to play the games or really check out this new trilogy, give it a whirl at least. I mean, give it a few hours and see if you like it or not. Honestly, I think it's fantastic, and I really do love, and I feel like I'm getting closer to these characters, and I can see why people love Cloud, Sephiroth, Aerith, Tifa, and all that. So point being, it's a great game. I love it, and thank you, Square. Oh my god, I love it to bits, man. So yeah, that was my little, first impressions of the game, because literally I just wanted to share with it, because like I record footage for it, I might as well get my thoughts on it and how this is a great start to the game, and I'm really hyped to see what they're gonna do with the rest of it. So there you go. If I convinced it to play it, great. If I didn't, I don't know what else to do. Maybe go play Kingdom Hearts. I don't really know. Either way, thank you for watching. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta cause more havoc in Costa del Sol, because Cloud is a public menace.